for Title Talk with your host, Drew Wishover, entrepreneur, published author, and owner of Inspired Title Group, along with his co-host and director of operations, Amy Maley. Each week, the team will offer industry terminology, tips and strategies, along with the occasional real estate professional to help educate as it pertains to buying, selling, or just plain old home ownership. We thank you for spending time with us today. Now, let's join this episode of Title Talk.
Welcome, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Title Talk. And you guys, we've been away for a little bit, but we're back now, and we are ready to go. Better than ever. Welcome to Title Talk 2.0. My name is Drew.
And my name is Amy.
We are blessed to be here with a special guest from the Fire Buddies, Ryan Ballard. Why don't you introduce yourself, say hello, and tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah. How's everybody doing? My name's Ryan Ballard. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Project Fire Buddies. We are a fire service-based charity that started here in Chicagoland. Started about 4 years ago. I'm still a full-time fireman. That's my career job in a neighboring community. And I'm just happy to be here, happy to be a guest on your podcast.
Well, thank
Thanks
you.
for
We
being
appreciate
here.
you being here. Go ahead, Amy.
Did you always want to be a fireman?
Yeah.
Why are you laughing at me?
I just love because as a little kid, it's like, I want to be a fireman.
Right? I feel like every kid was
Yes.
a police officer, a fireman, or
Yeah.
something like that.
No, my dad was a fireman back in the late 70s, early 80s. He was just part-time. And at Oak Forest, which is the department that I currently work at full-time. And it's just, I was looking for something to do when I got out of high school. And he's like, what do you know, and I always had that knack. I mean, I really wanted to be a fighter pilot. That was my main.
I feel like
childhood-
everybody at one
childhood
point
dream.
wanted to be a fighter
Yeah.
pilot. I feel
That's a
like.
bad
Top Gun.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah. Right.
So then I'm like, he's like, why don't you try out the fire service? And
That was right out of high school.
Yeah, so I started in 2005.
Okay.
And it just part-time, and I went to the fire academy, and then,
The rest is history.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So,
Nice. What,
Did you ever want to be a fireman?
no.
Really?
No,
Policeman.
no.
Batman.
Well,
Yeah.
come on,
man.
Right?
I'll be a superhero character.
Yeah, I figured.
No, but in real, no, I don't want to do it. I again, thank you for what you do because, especially in this economic climate, especially just in what's going on in the world today, it's difficult to be in the service business, the heroes business, as we so often refer to, because you got, your job's taken for granted. Like, we as lay people don't know what the intimate details are of what happens in a fire and all that adrenaline and the rush and the risk and everything that goes with that. And you sit there and you think, well, it's just a small community. There's not probably a lot of that happening. No, but there
Has
is.
to be scary stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
there is.
there it is. Absolutely.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about the mission of Project Fire Buddies and
Who do you
how that
help?
got started and things.
Yeah, so I'll just start from the beginning.
Yeah, that's good.
So it started about 4 years ago or so, and we weren't a nonprofit at that time, a 501c3. And what happened was Kurt, the CEO and founder, he went on a call and came across this little boy that kept spiking a fever. They actually ran quite a few calls to this individual's house. And we don't, as firemen, paramedics, we don't really ever hear about the outcomes of the people that we bring in
For
because,
sure.
because of HIPAA laws, right? Their
Yeah.
privacy, and so he just felt kind of empty after that. Like, what else can we do, right? Can we put a smile on this kid's face?
Yeah.
Something. And a couple more calls happened, and he finally asked the chief, say, hey, can we just go to his house? Not on an emergency call, right? And just go hang out with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, say hi, yada, yada, yada. So that happened, and then it snowballed into, obviously, into what it is today, but more and more families in our community in Oak Forest that found out about it, and eventually we had 3 or 4 families that we were doing this for, and
It's crazy.
we just went, we hung out, we bought a couple of board games,
Yeah.
we
That's
just came over and played with
Oh my
them, right?
gosh.
And it was nothing big, right? We thought it was just a simple, 30-minute thing,
Yeah.
it wasn't a big deal. Well,
Right.
it was a big deal to the families.
Absolutely.
And, seeing the smile on on the child's face, the family's face, and now they get to forget about what's going on for just a short time, right? And that means the world to them.
Yeah.
It really does. And so it kind of morphed into what it is today, where we started bringing gifts and sending kids out on experiences and stuff like that. When we had an older teen in our program at the time, he was 16, played for the local high school, played soccer,
Okay.
ended up coming down with a bone cancer,
Oh, my.
ended up having to have his leg amputated.
Oh,
So we
my.
couldn't play soccer anymore. So they found out about Project Fire Buddies, and they wanted us to come by and hang out, and so we were like, what do we do with a 16-year-old?
Yeah.
It's
I can't like shoot some ladders with them, and I'm not as excited about
exactly.
it.
He might not want to play Monopoly or High Face or anything else. So we're like, oh, what do we do?
Yeah.
So Kurt was talking to his wife, Kelly, and she's like, well, he loves soccer. Why don't we see if we can send him to the Chicago Fire game? And I'm like, okay. So we started making calls, and at first Chicago Fire shot us down, and they were like, nah, it doesn't. You guys don't sound legit. Whatever it was, whatever the reasons were. And then Kurt followed back up, and then they eventually agreed to it, and we were able to send him to the Chicago Fire game. It was a playoff game. Got to go out on the field.
Oh
got
my
to meet all
gosh.
the players. The best part of that story was, at the time, the goalie was a pediatric cancer survivor.
Oh, my.
I just got goosebumps.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Right?
Wow.
It's crazy how that stuff
Yeah.
happens.
It
And
is.
they were still talking for the longest time afterwards. I believe they still talk today. I'm not
That is
sure, but
insanity.
isn't it?
It's It's
crazy.
a great story too. I mean,
It
it's
is.
just like you said. You don't hear the stories and the reasons and the ideas behind all of the minutia of social media and what goes on.
Yeah.
But these stories are out there. These stories are happening, and Project Fire Buddies is contributing and creating these stories. Right? It's something that it started and it morphed into what it is today. And talk about it at its current state. Like, what is it today?
Yeah, so now, so Oak Forest was our home chapter, our first chapter. Each department we call a chapter.
Mhm.
Okay.
So,
You just added a new one, didn't you?
yeah.
A couple days ago?
Yeah, we're up to
That's great
number.
on Facebook.
Yep. Yeah. Thank you for following us.
Yes.
Please follow us
Follow
on
them.
Facebook and social
Well,
media.
inside
Absolutely.
Facebook, Instagram, Project Fire Buddies.
There we go. So that was number 46.
Holy cow!
That is in 4 years.
And a lot of this happened in the last 2 years or
So you guys are just like a snowball.
Yeah, we are. It's amazing how we're absolutely blessed to to where we're at today and what we were before and where it's going. I mean, we're in 3 different states now. We're in Illinois, Indiana, and Arkansas.
Wow.
We've had interest from New York all the way out to Hawaii.
Wow.
Get up.
We actually had somebody from Honolulu Fire Department contact us.
It truly is a brotherhood, right? Like,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That is crazy.
I don't think I can understand the dynamic of that brotherhood
Mhm.
because you, as you're speaking of it, that's what this thing does. It evolves into other stations getting word of this and wanting to be part of this. But just watching the support of your brothers
Mhm.
with the out-of-state travel, if there's a catastrophe somewhere else, how everybody pulls together and they go. It's not even a question. It's
Right.
just when.
That's amazing. It really is. Like it is a brotherhood and a sisterhood. There's no doubt.
Mhm.
And there's obviously there's fire service. Police have the same thing. The military obviously has
Yeah.
the same
Yeah.
thing, right?
Yeah.
But there's outside of those groups
Mm-hmm.
of people, I don't know of any other
It's so
group
true.
of people that has that type of bond and
Yeah.
connection, right?
Yeah, it's definitely one that is created over time, and it's one that it stands the test of time. I mean,
It does.
You become a fireman or a firewoman or fire person, if you will. You automatically are brought into this family that is immediate and support and I mean, from 9/11 to these shootings in schools and things. I mean, it's everywhere. I mean, it is so cool to watch, and you go, where are those people? What the communities and the everything is pointing to the negativity, but where are these stories? That's what and that's why we do what we're doing to bring in on some community folks and sharing their stories and talking about the purposes and the reasons behind why they do what they do, and a cause like this is pretty amazing.
Yeah, so Project Fire Buddies, it's for kids.
Mhm.
From 0 to 18?
Yep. Yeah, so it's any child that has a critical illness.
Okay.
Most obviously all cancers are included in that,
Yeah.
right? And then there's all kinds of other diseases that we had no idea about, and
Yeah.
that some of these children have. One of the young girls in Oak Forest actually, she has she's one of 23, I think. I may be
Mhm.
mistaking about the number, but one of 23 in the world
The world?
that has what she has.
23.
23, 23.
2, 3.
It's insane. Like you just don't hear about these things.
So then do these families reach out to you guys and then you
Yes.
kind of band together and say, what can we do to help these kids?
Yeah. So basically, the process is we don't go out and directly solicit
Yeah.
the families, right? Because of privacy laws
sure.
and such. So, but we obviously put ourselves out there. We're out
Yeah.
there on social media. Let the schools know,
Mhm.
doctors' offices, hospitals, social workers, whatever it may be. Just say, hey, Fire Buddies is out here. We're in these communities, and if you know of any children in these communities that you think would qualify as a critical illness, send them our way, and then we find out what type of condition that they have. We have to keep it in that critical illness category because
Okay.
unfortunately, we would love to be able to help every
For
child ever with
Yeah.
every kind of ailment, but unfortunately, we can't do that,
Yeah.
right? You know,
Yeah.
financial reasons and just
Life
sheer-
reasons? Yeah.
absolutely. So, and then once we have the families reach out to us, and then we start that relationship and make sure they're within a chapter, and we just take it
And
from
do
there.
you like to keep those relationships as long as possible or as long as the
Yes.
families want to? And
Yep, that's a good point. So we keep so whenever they start as a fire buddy,
yeah.
they continue as a fire buddy either until they're 18 or they're in remission for greater than. So if they're in remission, they beat cancer, they ring the bell, they're
Yeah.
still a fire buddy for a year,
Okay.
and then after that, then they wouldn't be a fire buddy anymore because they beat
That's awesome.
they beat
Ah.
they.
It's just crazy, like you said, like there's organizations right here in our backyard that are doing such amazing things for kids, people out there, and it's like, you know, I feel like they should be on every TV show and every,
Yeah.
like,
Absolutely.
follow these guys. I mean, what you guys are doing are really incredible.
Thank you.
Is the growth of this something that you guys anticipated? I mean, yeah, I mean, right?
No,
Because
not at all.
there it is. It's like you start creating a forum for good, and look what it does. It blows up. I mean, it's off the chart how quickly you guys have grown, right?
It's crazy. You know, like you said, we weren't expecting what we have now.
Right.
Which and again, it's a blessing. What we
Yeah.
have now, it really is. And you know, to see the outpouring of outreach and support and donors and everybody else that's contacts us, just to say they may not have donated, they may not be associated with a chapter or anything, but they just say, hey, we love what you're doing.
Yeah.
Please keep doing
Acknowledgement.
it.
Yeah.
You're bringing much needed, as you alluded to earlier, positivity in the world that is drowning in negativity.
Yeah.
Right?
So true. So true. So where did your inspiration come from? I mean, you were kind of like guilt by association type thought process where you're in the fire station and this gets started. So like, where did your inspiration come from to really getting into this thing to the level that you are?
Yeah, I mean, I've always had a knack for nonprofit stuff,
Mhm.
just being in the nonprofit world. Kurt and I actually have ran multiple fundraisers before Fire Buddies even was a thought.
Nice.
Back when, and you know, it's just always been, we've always wanted to start a nonprofit. It's just one of those things that we've always wanted to do. We just never knew what to do, how to
Right.
do it, you know, how to build it, and now we're, I mean, however many years later after we had that first conversation, and you know, we're here now, and I just, it's a great feeling, and to be able to, you know, to give and to spread positivity and to help our community's most vulnerable people.
How does somebody become aware of this? Like what I mean, who they call, what is the starting point for that?
Yeah, so if they're, for example, if there's a family listening or watching, and they want to get involved, maybe their child unfortunately has a potential critical illness, go to our website. We have all of our contact information on the website.
Yeah.
Follow us on social media.
Definitely.
That is a huge avenue that or communication medium that
For
we
sure.
have to get our messaging out there. It's our most popular one, so follow us on social media. There's all of our contact information, phone number, email address, all that stuff is
Yeah,
out
and I'll
there.
make
Just
sure to
reach
put,
out.
post up tomorrow with all their contact
Definitely.
information, so if
Yeah.
anybody, and word of mouth, right, has gotta be huge. Like
Yeah.
somebody knows somebody that has heard
Exactly.
something that, so, like,
Say
this is
something.
something you can talk about.
Yes.
It's not, like, try to help people that need help.
Yeah, how can people volunteer, or how can people also support, the project? I mean, obviously, we're big
Events,
supporters of
yeah,
this as well.
volunteer, we're in.
What does that look like?
Yeah, so we have a number of different events throughout the year.
We missed the gala,
Yes,
we tried to sign up and we were too late.
yes.
2024.
We are, Chris is on it, yes,
Just to
we
be at
will.
Ryan's table.
You can sit at our table. Yes, 2024.
Yes, we will be there.
It will be in February again. We're gonna announce the date real soon.
Okay.
It's gonna be bigger, better, all that stuff.
That
This
other
will be in
one's pretty
Tinley.
big,
I know.
I mean,
We had 1,000
1,000,
people.
yeah.
last
What?
time.
And you wanna be bigger than 1,000 people, holy cow.
It's just a small amount. We're only going to like
1,001.
Yeah. Maybe 1,100, maybe 1,200.
Okay.
Oh
but
my gosh,
we're
that is so
expanding.
many people.
Yeah, we're expanding the footprint inside the Tinley Convention Center.
Okay.
We're opening up. We have all 3 main
That's my
halls
backyard.
now,
Mhm.
so it's gonna be huge. But we want to
Wow.
try to limit as
Well, you gotta
What?
be, yeah.
we want it to be as intimate as we can be with
1,000 of your
with
1,000,
people.
1,100 of your best friends.
Right, 1,100 of our best friends, our best supporters.
That's good.
So, and then we have a block party coming up, August 26th of this
Cool.
year. That's at Duke's Drive-In in Mokina there off of LaGrange.
Mhm.
And then we have a lot of other ancillary events that are happening, different firefighter unions that are running fundraisers for us, but those are all on the website. All the event flyers and everything are on there.
They have a cool website, make sure you check it out, there's a lot of information on there.
Yes, a lot of information.
Information overload.
Yep,
In the best
absolutely.
possible way.
Yes, for sure. And but as far as Fire Buddy run events, so we got the block party and then the gala will be our 2 next big
Mhm.
main events. So yeah.
That's outstanding. Go ahead and give them.
I'm just
I
thinking,
know, there's so
like
much
there's
there.
so much in my brain right now
Yeah,
that,
there's so much.
Fire away.
so kids that are, going through something, is it all local kids? Could they be from anywhere?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
So they have to be within one of our chapters
Okay.
right now. Obviously those things may change, but as of right now, they have to be within a community that we have a chapter in. Just because the structure that we have right now in executing the mission,
For
that's, it makes it a lot easier to do it that way. And then
Mhm.
obviously we have financials, right?
Sure.
So yes, they have to be within a community that we have a chapter in.
Okay.
But
and then do all these other chapters do events, individually like you guys would do? So they would
Yeah.
maybe do a golf outing or a volunteer stuff, so.
yeah, absolutely. And all those are on the website.
Okay, so if you are not super local to the Tinley Oak Forest area, make sure to go on their website and see what chapters are affiliated with Project Fire Buddies and see for things closer to your home maybe to
Absolutely.
help out.
If you guys are just tuning in, we are talking to Ryan Ballard from the Project Fire Buddies. His contact information is above. Definitely reach out, give them a look. There's a lot of great opportunities there for you guys to volunteer and donate and support. Definitely doing a lot of different events and things. And talk about your career as a fireman and maybe share some stories about what maybe people don't know that happens behind the scenes, or things that
I don't know if I
that
can
people
listen to
don't.
this.
Yeah, this
This is where,
this may go.
That's a loaded question.
Yeah,
It
it is.
is,
It
for
is.
sure
And
is.
I think the stigma of people's brains go to a certain visual when they say firefighter and
Mhm.
going into that. Add some reality maybe to that.
Sure. A lot of people obviously reference Chicago Fire, the TV show and stuff like that, but it's most people, I think, when they think of firefighters, jokingly most of the time, all you guys do is sit around on the recliners and
oh yeah, you have
watch TV
barbecues and,
barbecue.
yeah.
Don't get me wrong, we have some of the best food. I mean, it-
Ryan, you hear that?
Yeah.
He's a big
Yeah.
barbecue, he's a big cook over there.
We're actually barbecuing tomorrow.
Oh,
we're
come on.
smoking pork.
Swing back. Oh, he loves it.
Well,
I'll bring over my tri-tip.
So we have great food, and
Yeah.
we have some awesome cooks. A lot of great people that we are blessed to work with. You know, but we at least in our community, we run around 4,000 calls a year out
Wow.
of 2 firehouses. So
4,000? And there's 365 days a year. That's a lot a day.
I mean, it's in some communities are busier, some are less busy. It just depends on your geographical area and the makeup of your community. But we run a lot of calls, and not only that, but you have all of the other ancillary things that we do on a day-to-day basis,
Yeah.
right? We still have to clean the firehouse.
Yeah,
We
wash
still
the
have
truck.
They clean, guys!
we clean, we don't have maids or anything like that. We do all the cleaning ourselves, and
Right.
we do all of our cooking and stuff like that. I mean, it can be a very, very busy, very stressful job. Obviously, we run a decent amount of calls, and either whether they're medical calls or whether they're fire related. Some of those scenes can be pretty stressful.
Yeah.
Car
Some of the
accidents.
things that you see.
Yeah.
Could you remember like your first call? Like, is there that one that like sticks in your brain as like, holy crap, what I get myself into? Or was it like, yes, this is it, and I'm in the
I
right
think it
place. and
becomes
this is-
instinctual, right? Like
It does. It does. It's an adrenaline rush.
Yeah.
On certain calls, and then unfortunately, sometimes you do get what would be the best word to used to or
Yeah,
accustomed.
you're accustomed to
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Desensitized.
Yes, thank you.
You're totally
Um,
desensitized.
You are in a way, which sometimes is a good thing because then you can sit there and you can focus on your
Right.
tasks,
Think
right?
logically, yeah.
Yeah, that you need to execute, but that doesn't mean there isn't empathy there, right?
No.
It just means that there's we're desensitized to the particular situation
Right.
that we've probably seen 100 times,
Right. Right.
But you're coming to people on their worst day, right? And that's literally for most people, it's the worst day of their lives, and whether we
Point.
think it is or not, that's irrelevant,
No.
right? It's their worst day, and
That's a good point.
it's it's a good feeling to be able to help them out during that time, right? And also that's another reason why we wanted to. Fire Buddies is shedding a great light in the fire service, right? Because now not only are we come to people when if there's an emergency, right? Again, it's the worst day of their life, but now we're coming to these houses and we're showing the quote unquote softer side of us, right? In spreading that positivity in a non-emergent fashion,
That's
right?
so great.
Like that's the beauty about having Fire Buddies intersecting in
I love it.
in our jobs.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I can't really think of any. I mean, there's obviously a lot of gruesome calls, but
Oh yeah.
but no, I remember my first fire, first in fire, so the first
Yeah.
time you're walking into the building, but it was an apartment building, and I think that was the one that they pulled us out because the roof was caving in on the apartment building.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was 2007. I
So
think.
you were only a couple years in at that point.
Yeah, it was still part time at the time, and obviously very little to no experience whatsoever.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Right on.
going in there, but I do remember that one pretty vividly. But yeah, I mean they all kind of
That's
blend
so
together without
crazy.
getting into the
Like-
Yeah.
getting into the gruesome ones.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, this is one of the more difficult careers to have a work-life balance. Where you don't bring work home. It's how difficult is it to see the traumas and then walk back and go home and not bring some of that with you.
Some days it's difficult.
Mhm.
There's no doubt about that. Mental health is a
Did you hear that?
That's exactly where I
People
was going.
talk about mental health.
Mental health.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
Sorry to
And-
interrupt, sorry.
No, it's a big thing in the fire service right now. And obviously that and cancer are the two huge initiatives that are being talked about at all these conferences and through these other nonprofits that are out there available to help with these types of things. But mental health is a big deal. It's you're back in the day it was almost frowned upon to even talk about it. Right.
That's what we talk about all the time.
It's like
Yeah.
you're a baby, shut up.
No,
Right.
Stop
right.
talking about it. Why-
Right, you're a fireman, you don't have.
Right.
You don't do that. You're
No.
not supposed to have feelings,
Right.
right?
Right. Yeah.
And nowadays it's a lot more people are talking about it. There's still there's still a whole bunch of us that
It's taboo still, yeah.
you bottle it up, and that's just one of those things that you're almost taught to do from a very young
Yeah.
It's true.
age in fire
Especially when
service.
you're a gentleman.
It's a
I
true
feel
state.
like,
It's,
yeah.
you're weak
Yeah.
if you cry,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
You
And
know,
nowadays it's they're in the fire academies and stuff like that. I mean, yes, there is, there has to be discipline. There has to be, that type of thing, and it's
When you
almost
can't break down in the
military.
middle of a call.
Right, it's
Like,
almost
yeah.
military-esque. You still have
Right.
to have that mindset, right?
mm-hmm.
But it's now being taught that hey, it's okay to open up and
Vent
talk
it
to
out
somebody,
after, yeah.
vent,
Mhm.
even whether it's with your brother or sister at the firehouse, right?
Right.
Or not a lot. I know, and my wife hates me for it, but I don't talk about stuff at home.
Right.
I just don't,
Yeah.
because she doesn't get it.
Yeah.
And that's where, you talk to your fellow brothers and sisters, and you can go out and have
Well, they
have
get
some
it.
beers and
Yeah.
they get
It's
it.
relatable, right?
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right.
Kurt and I have had, I couldn't tell you how many conversations him and I have had that in calls that we've shared
Right.
that we were both like, holy crap, like what just happened
Yeah,
type deal,
yeah, yeah,
where
yeah.
we, go and we talk about it afterwards.
Right.
If we vent about it and then,
That's
So,
amazing.
it is
I mean,
unreal.
I can sit here and talk for days about this stuff just because it's, it's the unknown. You know what you do. You know that it's exciting and it's adrenaline rush and it's there's so much behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But then there's the front side of this. That's the you're doing a great thing and
Yeah.
you started a great organization with this reach out to kids and the stigma of firemen as well as the stress and pressure of what that is. It's to your point. Oh, you guys, you're 24 on, 48 off, so you stay at the station and maybe go on a call here or there. But like I said, you're goofing around.
Right.
No, we're not goofing around. I mean, this is intense.
there's definitely goofing around.
Oh, totally. It wouldn't be.
Well, that's how you
Definitely
stay.
goofing around.
Yeah,
That's how you stay
keep it
sane
up.
there.
Yeah.
Right, you got it. No, you got to have some shenanigans and things.
Oh, yeah.
That's that's okay. But taking and putting that energy into a organization like you guys created, and now watching this thing just blossom into other communities
Yeah.
jumping onto it. That is just that really speaks volumes to what the project is, what the whole mission of everything is, and what you guys do. I'm just overwhelmed with
It's incredible.
the whole thought behind this. So this was Kurt's idea?
Yeah, so Kurt's the founder of it.
Okay.
Yep, he's the one that came up with the whole idea. Once we started having these families reaching out to us, he came up with the name, and he's like, dude, do you wanna run with it? Let's see what we can do with it.
Game
And I was
on.
like, okay,
Yeah.
game on.
So, I mean, and they start from the simplest of thoughts and ideas,
Isn't
right?
that amazing? It's
Yeah.
just like a
You
conversation.
knock on a door,
and
you're gonna
yeah.
go play a game
Yeah.
with a kid, and all of a sudden here
Right.
we are today. How many years has it been?
4.
4 years?
Yeah, just about 4.
And how many years have you been a firefighter?
So I've been
16?
total since 2005, and I just started my 9th year full time.
Wow,
So.
that's so great.
It is awesome.
You got more? Go ahead.
Yeah, so, do we have more question time or,
Yeah,
or just
yeah.
a little bit of?
Yeah, go ahead. We can give him another question, and we'll let you wrap it up with your biggie.
Biggie.
You always have your question.
I don't have, my question was, good God, how do you do this?
Yeah.
And, like,
Well, you
stay
always
safe
like to
doing it.
have your big question. Well, go ahead.
Yeah.
I was just gonna talk about Homes for Heroes a little bit.
Do it.
Did
Yeah.
Chris tell you about that at all?
A
tiny bit? So
tiny
we're-
bit, yeah.
So we're a Homes for Heroes affiliate, so
Okay.
that means that any heroes in the communities, whether firemen and veterans and
I got it.
whatever that may be, we are able to help you guys by saving you money on, buys and sells of houses. So make sure that we wanna help you guys as much as you are helping the individuals out there, so make sure, keep us in mind and
Yeah.
keep us in the loop on all things Project Fire Buddy, because we would love to help every
Yeah.
single person that,
And we're definitely gonna do some volunteering
Yes.
and getting involved with some of these things, because it's something we enjoy to giving back to the community, and obviously we are very big supporters of what you guys do, and that's the purpose of having you here to share with the audience, the greatness of what Project Fire Buddies is and what it does, because, here again, it can't be said enough when you're doing something great.
Yeah.
Bad news travels fast, why isn't good? So let's push this out there and kind of.
yeah, follow these guys. I feel like, how many states, do you have a goal? Have you thought about by the end of 2023, we want 6 states, or have you guys thought about it in numbers, or just kind of, let's keep going?
No, it's just more or less let's keep going.
Yeah.
2 years ago? we wanted to be nationwide.
Okay.
So we're we want to make sure Illinois is set. We create a good foundation
Yeah.
here, and then
Yeah.
basically copy and paste that with
Yeah.
Right.
with changes obviously as we go along, and
Right.
apply that to all 50 states. I mean, we even had after Kurt was on the Kelly Clarkson show,
Mm-hmm.
2 departments in Canada reached out. So
Well,
Really?
and right now, they need some help
yeah,
with their.
they do need a little bit of help.
Yeah,
my
yeah, I'm trying to
gosh.
breathe in their air.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's like, keep
Right.
your air up there, you know?
Yes.
If you're gonna send the good air, please,
Right.
send the good air. So you want to, we'll talk a little bit about this,
Yeah.
and, so what we do as a company is, every closing we do, every buy, sell transaction or refinance, any transaction that we do, we ask, or let the buyers and parties know that we donate a portion of that money to charities that are near and dear to us. And you guys are on that list. There's 6 or 7 of them. So at the end of each month, we kind of go through, or at the end of each quarter now, we're going through and saying, hey, you know what?
Looking at numbers, tallying.
These guys got the most votes this year, this quarter. So you guys were the winning quarter here. So we are presenting you with a check for $250 for the organization. So I want you to have that and
That's great.
enjoy that and
Yes.
be part of. Just let you know that we want to be a part of what this is, and we believe in what you're doing, and
Absolutely.
we're going to be looking on the website to
We're gonna
find
be
some
cheerleaders for sure.
different, yeah, some different
Love it.
opportunities and following you guys and trying to help where we can, because
They're
it's.
right down the street from my house.
You've said that twice now.
I know, it's exciting. It's like I know a celebrity.
Well, he wasn't on Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah.
Wasn't he? He was
His
just on
friend,
ours.
stop being a pinata breaker,
He was just on
man.
our show, which is not as big as Kelly Clarkson.
One day,
Right,
Kelly,
one
we're
day.
coming for you.
One day.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. Now we're gonna get the call from Kelly. Look out, there it
Uh-huh.
goes. How would you, just to kind of, get people just back to, sending them to back to their lives and things, and wrapping this wonderful podcast up.
Yeah.
How can people get a hold of you? What's the best way to get involved? Where is the need for you guys with kind of volunteers and support?
Yeah, so all of the, Amy's got all the stuff up here. So that's the best way to get a hold of us. My direct phone number and my email address are on there. You can also go to the website, and we have a general contact form you could fill out that'll go to the entire executive board. Follow us on social media, please.
Follow on social media.
That's where we put out the
Yes.
majority of our updates. Yeah, I mean, we're always going to be looking for. We're starting to expand our volunteer base outside of the fire service, just because we need more help.
Yeah.
And to execute the day-to-day tasks that need to get done. So and then any kind of events, the block party, the gala,
Mhm.
all that stuff. We're definitely going to be looking for volunteers.
Nice.
And-
Are you like collecting donations or anything for the block party and stuff? Like, do you do?
Yeah,
anything? Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay. I'm sure all the information's on the website.
Yeah, we can just shoot us a message.
Yeah.
We can point you in that direction
Cool.
as far as sponsorships and stuff like that for the
Yeah.
block party. When the gala comes up, we're going to have an entire list of tiers and all that good stuff. If you're just looking to give, we have a donate button on the website as well. You can sign up to be a monthly donor, or you can do a one-time donation as well.
That's awesome.
Nice. Yeah, that's nice. I really thank you for taking some time out of the day to do this, and this really opened up our eyes to what you do a little bit more in depth, and I know it definitely gave the audience a similar type impact, and it's great to talk and connect with people who are doing some great things in the community. So definitely appreciate your time, Ryan, and coming
Yeah,
out
thank
here.
you.
It's really been great. Any parting wisdom that you can leave the audience with? Anything great? What makes you great?
Besides being a firefighter, and besides helping
Yeah.
children, and
Yeah.
besides everything
I mean,
you do.
No, I'm just a regular guy.
There you go.
Just a regular guy. No, we appreciate you having us on. This is a big deal to us. Any kind of exposure that we can get to further push this mission out to the
Totally.
public. We appreciate everything. We obviously very much appreciate the donation and your support, and we hope to see you guys volunteering. And,
Oh, we will. We will.
everything in
We'll be at the
future.
gala. We'll definitely be at the gala. So we
Gala or
appreciate that
gala?
too. It depends on tomato.
I've heard half and half.
Yeah.
Just
Gala,
like niche
gala.
and niche.
Oh, it's definitely niche.
Yes, yes.
I say this too, and he laughs at me every time.
Well, I'm in France.
You're fancy.
Right.
You're much fancier than
I'm
me.
fancy, sure. Well, guys, we appreciate you guys tuning in, and we want to thank our guest Ryan again for being out here today. Definitely follow them, get them out on social media. We are going to post this information as well. We'll also ask you guys to share this thing and like it, and get this thing circulating
Send
around
this
so it
information
can
to the
help.
people that need it. Absolutely.
If you know anybody that is in need or can be helped by Project Fire Buddies, reach out to them. This is a great organization doing some great things. So, you got any parting words, kid? Alrighty then. So until next time, my name is Drew.
And my name is Amy.
We are your Title Talk 2.0 team. We look forward to seeing you guys next time. Until then, take care, everybody. Have a great day.
Well, there you have it. That is it for this week's edition of Title Talk. Be sure to head over to our Inspired YouTube page and subscribe and like. And make sure you follow the team on Instagram and Facebook. Join us again next time for more tips and knowledge from the industry pros. Thanks again for listening.